Watch these clips of Cenk Uygur here on LBC giving his current take on the specialists who've now confirmed the fact that Israel has met the standards to confirm that they are currently carrying out a genocide. Now, Cenk Uygur, I haven't seen him on LBC before, though he is somebody I would say has followed this conflict from the start. And on his own network, the Young Turks, him and Anna have really made a great effort to, highlight things as best as they can, throwing in their two pennies worth as well. So it's the first time I've seen him featured on a main UK national radio station and news network such as LBC, and he has quite a good discussion here with Andrew Marr. So let's get into it.
An overwhelming majority of genocide scholars has concluded that Israel's actions in Gaza do meet the definition of genocide. To talk about that and Britain's path towards recognising a Palestinian state, I'm joined by the leading Turkish-American commentator and Democrat, Cenk Uygur. Cenk, thank you very much indeed for joining the show. First of all, this declaration about genocide, it may not surprise people who've been studying the situation. Does it make a difference, do you think?
Well, look, we give Israel way too much latitude to begin with. This is not an interesting debate. It's obviously a genocide. And all of their talking points are the same talking points that, that every country or empire that has ever committed a genocide uses. So in the Armenian genocide, the Ottoman Empire said, they were hiding behind their civilians. We were doing self-defense. We had to move them for their own good and our own good. So these are all the same things we've heard before: ethnic cleansing and genocide. The monstrous actions of the Israeli government would really be classified as terrorism if it was any government other than Israel. We constantly make special exemptions for them. And at this point, people are rightly beginning to ask, why? Why do we have to make all sorts of special exemptions for Israel? We don't. They're committing a genocide, and it's abominable. We should act very aggressively against it.
So your president, I say yours, likely, Donald Trump, is still chasing a Nobel Peace Prize. And one of the things he keeps talking about is the peace negotiations around Israel and Gaza. Where are they now? Where are they left?
Well, so Hamas has accepted Netanyahu's terms, so we should have a ceasefire right now. But, of course, as soon as they did, Netanyahu changed the goalposts. That's what he always does. Now, he went from let's do this in phases to now, you accepted the phase portion. Now I'm saying I'm going to do it in lump sum. And you know why? And everybody knows why. Because he doesn't want peace. He's the one that's been blocking peace the entire time. And we all know the internal politics of Israel. If he loses the right wing, honestly, the Ben Gvir and Smotrich are outright fascists and obviously racist and obviously genocidal. But if he loses their support, he loses the government. He can't win re-election and he might go to jail. So basically Smotrich and Ben Gvir are running this government. Netanyahu is very happily going along. He has said that his mission is a greater Israel. He talks about Judea and Samaria. And he said, and they've already voted that Palestine is never going to be allowed to exist. So what is this? So what, you think you're going to keep 5.5 million Palestinian prisoners for the rest of our lives? And we're supposed to accept that they're your prisoners and hostages, and you're going to run a dictatorial government in the West Bank and Gaza Strip? And now you say there is no chance for peace. And one last thing, even the Israelis now, all the scholars, their military, etc., are admitting and leaking to the press that, yes, Netanyahu put an unachievable objective of basically eliminating every Hamas member. They know that they can't do that. That's not a thing that can be done. And the point is, so that we never get to peace. Why? They already have 75% of Gaza. They're going to try to take 100%.
And meanwhile, as we both know, settlers are pushing further and further into the West Bank. There's more and more trouble there. More and more Arab people are being killed there. What do you think this means longer term for the future of the state of Israel? Is this lethal for Israel?
So look, first of all, they do so much propaganda. One of them is, oh my God, Israel's a right to exist and people are going to come wipe us out. Nobody's wiping out Israel. They have nuclear weapons. They're the only country in the world that has Iron Dome. They curiously had a stand down order for 6 hours on October 7th. Otherwise, they're nearly an impenetrable country. They also have a bigger and more lethal military than the rest of the Middle East combined. So there is no existential threat to Israel at all. It is either utter delusional paranoia by the Israelis or just outright propaganda to make it seem like they're the ones in danger. No, they are not, David. They are Goliath, and they are crushing everyone around them. And yes, you're right. They're now having a discussion reported by Axios just yesterday. Should they annex the West Bank 10%, 30%, or 60%? So they're going to annex the West Bank as well. They're setting up greater Israel. Unless you have this weirdo special exemption for Israel in your head, what they're doing is super obvious. They're taking the land of their neighbors and pretending it's self-defense.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you have one. And I'll catch up with you sometime soon. You've been here with myself, Onyeadi at CornerSpeak. Be good, be safe, be creative. I'm out.